everybody. Thank you again for joining me on nope, I did not say it, did I? We are hanging up Supplement Sunderday. At least we're hanging it up for a while. I'm starting a new series. We're gonna be calling this Ingredient Throwdown. And what I mean by that is we're just gonna go through ingredients in a specific product. We're gonna throw them down. I've gone over them in depth in previous videos. We're just going to do a refresher course on each PLEXUS product in the lineup and what it specifically does in our bodies, okay? So we're starting at the very top today. We're starting with PLEXUS's premier supplement cornerstone product. And this is a cornerstone product, Slim. We're talking about Slim, specifically the microbiome activating, because that's where it all started. So let's start this out with a did you know? Did you know that gut health is a big, big deal? Did you know that 70% of your immune system takes place in the gut? Did you know that 95% of serotonin production takes place in your gut? And that's just for starters. You can Google gut health and fill in the blank. You will find stuff. It's becoming way more prevalent now in commonplace medicine, which is very exciting. So the Slim is all about balancing our microbiome. Bottom line, that is the reason that this is developed. That is the reason why it is called the pink drink, and everybody knows what the pink drink is. That is the reason that people swear by this product and stay on this product. And when we talk about our microbiome, what does that mean? Well, things that affect our microbiome, things like poor diet, poor sleep, lack of exercise, antibiotics, processed foods, stress, anxiety, all these things affect how our body functions. So it's all about getting our microbiome back in check. All right, now's where we get to the ingredient throwdown part. Let's run through the ingredients in the Slim Microbiome Activating that make it unique. So let's get to the first and foremost ingredient, XOS, xylo-oligosaccharide. Xylo-oligosaccharide. Now what this is, it's a prebiotic fiber. So prebiotics feed our probiotics. They are not something that's digested into our system. They are actually feeding our good gut bacteria. And yes, we are feeding our good gut bacteria every day because it's that important. Now this XOS in itself will increase the amount of lactobacillus that is present in our gut already up to 365 times. It also increases our bifidobacterium up to 290%, and it increases our Akkermansia up to 250 times. This is a big deal. And it's such a big deal to keep these in check that if you even go 5 days without taking your Slim, you are putting yourself back to a baseline level. These probiotics that are so imperative in our gut lining for our overall health, they need to stay balanced, and it takes work and it takes consistency to keep them balanced, which is why we see effects from Slim so fast. So things like reduced sugar and carb cravings, just for one, that generally comes on the scene pretty fast. And again, if we are not consistent within about 5 days, we start to fall off that wagon again. Next ingredient, green coffee bean extract. The green bean, not roasted. Chlorogenic acid being our magic component, which has everything to do with a good fat burn. And the caffeine load in this is so negligible, it's not even a thing. Garcinia Cambogia being our next ingredient. Hydroxycitric acid is what's extracted from this, that it makes it a big deal. And chromium picolinate. How can we ever forget about this one, right? Chromium is the key that we need to get insulin into our cells to do its job. It has everything to do with getting a balanced blood sugar. And a balanced blood sugar has everything to do with too many things for me to even mention. Alpha lipoic acid, ALA, another ingredient we have had an in-depth conversation about. Antioxidant properties in this one, super important. Last one I'm going to cover in the lineup here, white mulberry fruit extract. This we have not talked about in depth, but it is a superfood, a phytonutrient, again, antioxidant properties. And do you really think I would get through a video without addressing inflammation? Yes, Slim has everything to do with keeping inflammation levels low in our body at a cellular level. And the small players, stevia, plant-based sweetener, right? The flavors, come from the actual fruits. So when the microbiome activating was originally introduced, it is a raspberry, lemon, and watermelon flavoring, and those extracts come right from the fruits. Now the newest flavor in this lineup is the black cherry lime. Again, the flavors extracted from the fruits. The color, it's the pink drink, right? So it's gonna be pink. Beetroot powder being the #1 thing. And we already know that beets are good for you. You can buy beet powder all by itself. Another thing in there, sweet potato extract, apple extract, cherry, and radish. All right, now let's get into the benefits of this thing. Well, I already touched on this. Sugar and carb cravings. Sugar is where our battlefield lies, you guys. It's not fats, it's not proteins, right? When you are craving something, it's sugar. It's like crack. So weight loss being the big one, right? And that doesn't matter if you're on the hunger control or the microbiome. Weight loss is the big deal from this product. And that has to do with this increase in the akromansia, because that does positively impact a disrupted metabolism. And of course, gut health, another huge benefit, right? So that has everything to do with increasing that lactobacillus and increasing that bifidobacterium. But wait, there's always more. It also increases our butyrate levels and our propionate levels. And these are both short chain fatty acids that have everything to do with supporting our metabolism. All right, now let's get to some precautions. Now this XOS is derived from a corn source. Now generally when it goes through that processing, it's going to decrease the chance of a sensitivity if you have a corn sensitivity, but it is definitely something you need to be aware of. And of course the fruits I talked about, because the flavorings are naturally extracted from the actual fruit sources, even though it goes through this process where the chances are very minimal, you'd still want to keep that in the back of your mind. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, it's always good to run this by your doctor or your naturopath, which would even be a better idea. And if you are under 18 years of age, it's not recommended just because this has been formulated for the nutritional needs of 18-year-old adults or older. So that wraps it up for our first ingredient throwdown. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you continue to be tuned in with this and get some just high point takeaways on these products. And if you are not on the PLEXUS train yet and you're curious about all this stuff I keep talking about, my website is going to be linked in the description box below. So please check it out. I would love to help you get started on your journey to better gut health, because gut health is a big, big deal. Also, I'm going to be linking the videos I've done in the Supplement Sunderday series that go over those ingredients that we talked about in much more depth. I also have done a video on Slim in general, and I'll link that below as well. That would be my older edition. So this wraps up our first ingredient throwdown. Thank you for joining me, and cheers to your health and happiness.